Hello and welcome back. Welcome back to Tier 3 as we had a quick reset of the lobby and we are back on, and I just remembered, I hope everyone starts on the tyres they did their qualifying on. So wink wink to Mazepin and I forgot the food of fourth and fourth place. Anyway, talk about that. Yeah, Mazepin. Oh, that's good. Yep, so we got everything how it's supposed to be. So all good in the hood. Andrade to the back for his qualifying ban. He might have got 16th in the qualifying, but he's just dropped down anyway. So we are back. Tier 3, quick reset. It's going to be advantage for the people on the softs in the top 10. That's everyone bar Sergio and Mazepin. As Viper absolutely guns it off the line. Maldi is taking his time. Strategy should be an easy one stop from softs to mediums. Lap 10 is the optimal time to pit, and the other way around, it'd be lap 15 onto the softs. So, as Drillos gets disqualified from the formation lap, as per usual. Well, I say per usual, I don't know. There's tyres, Torpedoes also on the mediums, Andres also on the mediums, got Pavdels also on the mediums, Gareth Racing Driver and Drillos also on the mediums. So there are your tyre situations for the start of this race. JJ Mazepin do still on mediums, but technically the rest of the top 10 have a bit of advantage because obviously those soft tyres would be more worn in qualifying. So that will, in terms of what would have happened in the actual thing, we didn't have the restart, it's going to hurt them more than the rest of the people. And then here's your strategy, lap 10. Optimal the hards, well, you wouldn't use the hards unless you have to pit on lap like 6, like 4 or something. So, Viper leading the way. Down here as everyone bunches up. These in tier 3, people don't make massive gaps. I say that. How Devils is, well, he can't even keep up on the formation lap. Anyway, as Andres and Pirlo get disqualified on the formation lap just before they get taken over control, as they all queue up into grid slot. So yeah, we go back through the order. Got Katie and Viper on pole position, 6/10 from STB Maldi. Coming to second place, Sergio and Mazepin. And in the second row of the grids on the set of mediums, Sentin P5, Young P6, Chris P7, Alpha P8, Uroni P9, and Matador in P10. And then we've got in the outside of the top 10, we've got Torpedo, Andres and Piridol, Sant, Papadevils, Eleanor Hybrid, Drillos, and Gareth Racing Andrade. And it's going to be 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. It's 5 lights, and away we go. From the start, looks like a decent start for Vipers. Maldi unable to keep up into turn 1. Maldi's going to have the inside line up into turn 1. They've got the Haas up the inside of a Williams. The Williams gets kept ahead of the Haas. We've got cleanish first sector as Viper leads away, but Maldi's trying to make a way through the yellow flags. Has there been an IRL collision at the back there? Everyone seems to have got away through. I think maybe could be some damage. The Alpine's got damage. Andrade, who starts in the back of the grid, somehow still manages to pick up some damage. We've got AlphaTauri losing the rear end. Let's get back on the first place. Maldi's keeping the back of Viper. Viper's leading the way. They need to pull away from these hard runners while they have that 1 extra second gap difference. Maldi can't be making movements like that. Usofts are 1 second lap faster, theoretically. So realistically, they need to use that advantage while they're here. But right now, these guys can't hit their apexes. And these medium runners are looking very, very nice indeed. Maldi's losing a lot of time. I know Maldi generally uses low downforce for the most part. Oh, that's wide by Katie and Viper. That could be a warning there. And Maldi's, well, he's already over the second behind. Sergio's already making DRS. He's already using his overtake mode. Oh, the inside, around the outside of Maldi. Maldi defends the inside for now. Maldi has extra grip on those tyres, but saying extra grip, he doesn't think he's got much extra grip at all. Sergio's now going for the overtake mode, and Maldi's covering the inside. Maldi's going to try. He's not using much of his overtake. Is he going to stay? No, he's not going to back out for now, but that's not what he needs. He needs to stay ahead of Sergio here. Sergio's made a little bit of a mistake. Maldi's going to try and come back at it, but it doesn't look like he's going to make the move for now. It's just not a place you can overtake. Mazepin himself is still there, watching that ahead in P4. This guy's sent in, looking on in P5. Got Young down in P6, and we've got a bit of a gap to Alphas here. We've got these Alphas saying that he's got this guy's first penalty very early on in this race. This track can be very harsh in its penalties if you get it wrong. It's like the 5th time now I've had a predicted pit stop strategy, I'm pretty sure. He's running back, and then you've got Pirillo at the back here. We've had some pit stops, I believe. Putting a collision in the back earlier. There's yellow flags. And it's a Red Bull. It's Andres. He's round. He's reset his car to the track. And doesn't look like he's got much damage. So good for him. As Katie Viper keeps pulling a gap. Maldi has absolutely no pace whatsoever. He's already lost a second to Sergio on the set of softs compared to Sergio's mediums. Maldi's got no pace at all. I think Maldi was, if I remember correctly, Maldi was using low wings, and to be honest, I did say to him, I think it was like 6-7 wings or something like that. It's too low. You can't use. I told you, it might work in time trial, but it does in qualifying, but it just does not work in the race. Your car will fall like a boat, and you won't have any confidence into the corners as you want to carry that speed. Just because you got low wings doesn't mean you're impossible to overtake it down a straight. Bit of slipstream, bit of DRS, bit of ERS is all you need to make someone overtake you, regardless of what wings you're using. A bit of battle here for P4. Sky Sensen leading this little train from behind ahead of Mazepin and Young. Alpha cannot keep up, making his own little train while he's at it. Maldi needs to stay within 1 second of Sergio here if he wants any chance of keeping within DRS of him. Pirillo's picked up the next 6 penalty. Sergio's used a lot more overtake. Maldi needs to somebody using over here if he wants to DRS. Unless he wants to gain it for this corner, which he won't. Maldi's out of the DRS zone. Mazepin will have DRS on Sky Sentin. Sky Sentin is already low on ERS here. It could be actually quite an easy move here for Mazepin here. Up the inside. Now it's about who's going to get DRS into this next corner. Neither of them going to get DRS. Looks like Sky Sentin might actually get DRS back on him. And Sky Sentin not having much overtake. Mazepin's able to use the ERS and keep ahead. But he's drained all that ERS and he hasn't stayed ahead of him. So Mazepin's used about 20-30% of ERS and he's actually lost a position now of it. If Young's now has the outside, please don't be a tier 2 situation that half backed out. In the end, it's not tier 2, it was tier 1, wasn't it? I was commentating on it. And there's flags behind. Who is this? It's Andrade, and Andres is in the pits again. Says Pab Levels when there's been a collision at the back there as Ronnie goes wide. And we continue on for lap 4 as Maldi, well, has lost considerable time to the cars in front. Not even win a podium at this pace, Maldi. Come on. Either he hasn't got his setup on, or he's screwed himself up. And that's Aston Martin. That's Pirillo round at turn 2. God knows how you spin it there. Continues to baffle my brain. Had that was on a set of hards going to the end, but regardless, he's not going to get anywhere higher than that on those tyres. Viper continues to lead the ways. Sergio's actually keeping up with him here, if not gaining time. We've got side by side with Young and Chris. Side by side. Oh, a bit of a squeeze, but he's managed to get better exit. Chris has. And he has DRS. So Alpine has got no chance now. Eating down the straights now. And you'll watch out for Alpha here, but unable to keep any sort of momentum going to try and make the move. There's a bit of a corner cut by Young there. Definitely got a warning for that, that's for sure. Hybrid's got another penalty. He's just lost position to Matador. Matador still finding his opponents. Look at the understeer Young's getting. Bloody hell. I'm sorry, it wasn't that bad when I was racing yesterday. Maldi has no pace at all. There's absolutely no pace, Maldi. He's unable to keep up with the top two here. Mazepin's probably getting a little bit frustrated being behind Sentima now. Gonna make the move soon. Oh, and Gersh reaches out. Just after the bank hairpin. Will it be a safety car? Safety car! Safety car, and Julason's thinking you're not slowing down. Need to slow down, man. Yep, there you go. I think actually just managed to get the move done in the end there. On the hybrid. There's a full course safety car. Andrada's trying to overtake Papa Devils here. The safety car, so people most likely will pit. For set, I would go for set mediums. Maldi, is he going to pit? You have to pit. You have to. He's probably looking back at what happened yesterday with me and Nicky, and it's definitely pit. Oh, he's going for the hards, so he's going for the hard tyres. Viper's gone to set mediums. I think the mediums is probably the better way to go. Everyone else has gone for hards. Ronnie's gone for the mediums. Bit of a mixture of tyre compounds there. Some hards, some mediums. Chris has gone to the softs, man. I don't know what he's doing on the softs. Now he's just come out behind Sant. Alpha's just come out behind him. Chris on the softs, coming up P9 to be very quick on the restart, but he needs to, unless he's going to think of a soft strategy, because that is definitely more than possible, but you've got to somehow gain all that time back in that second stint while stuck in traffic here. If he wants to make that soft strategy work, he's practically going to have to overtake everyone, gain a gap, then pit again, and then overtake everyone again. Effectively what I need to do, but I don't think Chris will really have the pace to do that, and he'd be in big traffic. Sentin stays out on those softs, interestingly enough. But I wonder what the difference between his hards and his mediums is going to be. I hear like somebody hit somebody. Definitely had some contact. Wonder if that's a barrier. Amani's out! What's happened? Mali's out. Since there's a pancake yesterday, what underflying pancakes just happened? Has he gone straight on? Did he just go straight on? Hold on, let me check the Discord here. Maybe we get some information on what happened. Nowadays, put this game is a pile of shit. Well, he's definitely not far off. I mean, it happened to me yesterday. The car just completely goes on you for absolutely no reason if you're around a corner. Even though you're not even really being pushing, and the car just goes on you. But Maldi, I don't know why he went straight on. Game just froze and just put me full speed into the wall. That sounds more like lag to me. That's a very strange one though. That's a strange one. I don't know what this game is, but there's still multiple bugs in this game, regardless of what the patches are. This is what happens in every game these days. You patch a load of bugs, and then you make a load of new bugs, and it's just in a loop. And you find new bugs throughout the whole game. To be honest, I always thought this game would be pretty bad from the first time I played on the beta. I did not enjoy the beta at all. I definitely don't enjoy it now. This car is in this lap though. Right, so the leaders, got Sergio leading. Viper looks like, the only people who left in championship fight in this lead fight is Mazepin and Sergio and Santin, but they haven't pitted yet. And he hasn't gone yet. Don't stop bumping each other. He hasn't gone. Now he's gone. He's gone. There might be some contact there, which means there might be some damage. The Haas of Dross, the Dross is trying to overtake the Haas of Mazepin. He's got the move done. Or he's defending, sorry. Mazepin's gone around the outside, and Viper's gone up the inside on his fresh mediums. Nothing he could have done, and what a move. And Drillos trying to defend, and losing 2 places either side of him. That was extremely interesting to watch how that unfolded. Running gets a penalty as the penalty starts creeping more now. Mazepin doing well, but now he's got Katie and Viper on a fresher set of mediums, so you can go to the end. And there's more yellow flags here. You got Pirlo, I think, there's some contact with Matador and Sant. Definitely damage. Sant's got damage. That's definitely some damage on that car. And looks like Pirlo's got damage as well. He's understeering as well. Yeah. Damage on both Aston Martins. So, yeah, both races over for the Aston Martin drivers. Matador is able to continue going, and it's got a 3-way battle here with Andres and Ronnie and Chris. That's what's going on. You've got Andres on the fresher set of softs, Chris on even more fresher. So I'll tell you about softs. Torpedo's just torpedoed his way through. Chris has made a mistake, and well, it goes through the McLaren, the Williams driver into the podium position. He's got more yellow flags. That's the Aston Martins trying to drive through with no front wing, as Ronnie's trying to defend on the mediums. They've got these soft runners going to have to pit again at some point. So you've got to watch out for that later on in the race. These soft tyres won't get to the end, obviously. Sergio leads the way then. 2 laps off to the safety car. Senting continues, but his tyres are going to start going off in the next 3 or 4 laps. You can extend that stint a little bit longer now because that's safety car. But you want to pit too late, so you lose that undercut gain. Oh, this fucker's got a bit wide. Don't need to do that 2 times. Needs to keep within DRS and Mazepin here. Mazepin's within DRS range of Sentin. But Mazepin's using a lot of overtake. Katie and Viper needs to react to that. I know Mazepin's made a mistake, and that got Katie and Viper nicely back within DRS here. As of right now, no DRS right now. DRS been enabled after this lap. So, the fight will continue. Well, I'll say fight, more like a battle. See the train up down this race, and there you go. DRS is enabled. The first time it gets to use it is towards the hairpin, but not really an overtaking opportunity. A bit of a train happening behind these McLarens here, a hybrid and a Ronnie, and there's yellow flags. It's Chris is out. Chris is out. Where that happened? Sector 3, straight on, same section where Maldi crashed. Could it be a very situation what happened yesterday? Or did he do it on purpose? No safety car. He's gone straight on. He's done the exact same thing that happened to Maldi. Same situation, same place, head on. Very, very strange. Very, very, very strange indeed. Young's pitted. And Chris just goes straight on. Did he have the same situation as what Marley did? Was that situation that he just got himself in? Well, he didn't get himself in. The game put himself in that position. Sergio continues to lead the way on these mediums as Sentin's tyres and starts coming off. He's lost DRS on the Williams driver. Mazepin's now unable to catch up here. Sentin not very good on his DRS management here. As Mazepin a lot fresher, not better now on these, lot better tyres. Sentin's DRS is flashing. Mazepin's going to see that. He's going to be easy pickings here. No competition needed. Sky Sentin might well just pit this lap. Get rid of those soft tyres, strap a set of mediums, go to the end. Get out in fresh air. Oh, there's a big battle here of Andres and Ronnie. There's collisions, and Ronnie's round. He's lost them all. He's lost a few positions here, and then an Alpine off the track as well. That's Torpedo. Had a mistake somewhere as well. I don't know if he's got involved with it. I'm not sure what happened there. There was definitely some wheel banging. I wonder if Hybrid and Ronnie overshot himself, then came back on the track or something. I don't know. I think Torpedo's got damage here. I think Torpedo's got some damage. Yeah, he's letting Ronnie through. Damage for Torpedo. That gives Bastard back into the points positions again for the fourth time this race. Back at the front, Sergio's gained a bit of a lead. Mastod's behind him, but these guys still need to pit yet. Viper doesn't need to pit again. Oh, they're going side by side. Sentin, Mazepin. Sentin's going to pit surely this lap anyway. Yep, he is. There you go. Into the pits. He must go. He's taking it very easy. Maybe a bit unsure with the pit entry. Onto a set of mediums for him. Viper will continue on. Viper's looking in a very... if Viper just keeps it nice and clean, doesn't get any penalties, and then just takes it easy on his tyres, he can win this by 10 seconds, no problem at all. I think. That's if he keeps the pace towards the end. What pace? Mazepin's struggling through that first sector. Sergio looks very strong right now. Getting that gap nice and early, so when he comes onto the softs, he's not just built a big gap, he will also have fresh tyres to catch up on. Whereas in the pits for a set of softs, might just make it to the end, I'm not sure. Now I need an energy drink. They're awake since 5 o'clock this morning. 4 hours sleep. Still going out. Viper's closing up at the back of Mazepin here. DRS enabled down the straight. Both of them got plenty of DRS to use. Viper with a little bit more. Viper, Mazepin, well, he's trying to defend for it, but there's no point. He's already a pit stop behind, technically, as it goes right now. But anyway, we've had less safety cars this race than we did last race already. Isn't here too. Anyway, Sergio continues to lead the way. 2.7 seconds. That might be the corner cut there. Want to avoid doing any more of them. As Viper weaves his way around, and those fresh mediums just gained like 3/10 through there alone. Don't mind him. Just let him do his own thing. Mazepin now in DRS, eat up DRS. It's the only thing he can do right now on those more worn mediums is just stay in at DRS on KTM Viper and don't do many of them, and he'll be alright. You need to use Viper here as a and just chat and chain to the back of that Ferrari engine in the back of the Alfa Romeo and use it to pull him forwards to catch up to Sergio, and don't fight him. That's what I would do. No point fighting him. Oh, not the Mazepin. Keep it on the bloody track. Oh! Viper's hit the barriers, and that could be crucial. Has he got damage? I don't know what happened there. He collected the barriers. There was definitely some hefty impacts there, and now Mazepin's looking to make a move on it. Torpedo's retired in the pit lane, so there won't be a safety car. But has Viper picked up some damage? He's going to the left hand side of the circuit. He's in the pits. Viper's in the pits. This is absolutely commiserations for the Alfa Romeo driver. He's done that all by himself there. He's got only himself to blame for it. That was pure driver error onto soft tyres and a front wing change, and that's stopped any sort of battle for Sergio for the victory. Now Mazepin is going to somehow do that completely on his own merit. I mean, Viper's not out of it yet. He's still in it. He just needs to get a bit of a... Yeah, he might lose about an extra 5 seconds in that pit lane, but he can still get a bit of an undercut and still try and keep with them. These guys still yet to get pit themselves. These guys are still going to keep going for an extra couple of laps. And then, yeah. But I don't think Viper's out of this race. I think he's still on for a podium here. I think he can keep it going. It's not the end of the world, but it's going to be very quick on those softs for this next couple of laps before Mazepin, Dross and Sergio do. Sant's now in the pits again. He's only another 4 laps on those mediums. There's another front wing change, this is. Unable to keep out of these barriers. Very easy to understeer off the track and hit the barriers. KTM Viper should have got past Ronnie way before the DRS points. Ronnie's trying to make a move there, which is a bit special, to be honest. Won't do it there, but he just has some cheeky DRS to use to catch back up. How much time he's gaining? He's using overtake and DRS here. He's trying to take the same much speed. He's trying to take the same speed that Viper's trying to take him through that corner, but he just can't because he's on 7 lap younger soft tyres. Mazepin's in. He's made that move, but he's decided to make the call a bit earlier. He's pitted a lap earlier, and that's how far Viper is now. Viper's gonna now gain 4.5 seconds on Mazepin on 1 lap older tyres. That's what Viper needs to do right now. Sergio and Dross keep going for an extra lap. Mazepin will get with him to con Sergio, but that gap was about 3 seconds, that's what I remember. So if Mazepin wants to get this move done, he's got to do it as quickly as possible. Yeah, that's by driving as fast as possible. Ross 10 seconds behind on his mediums. Sergio keeps going. Sergio most likely will pit his lap. Mazepin making a move on centre here. It's going to get blocked by Viper. He's actually pulled 3 seconds on the hit. Yeah, he's got the DRS, but it's getting slowed down so much by these guys in front. But it's going to be looking to make mincemeat of these guys. But it's not as easy when you've got 2 in front of you. Not as easy, but it looks like you might make the move on the Ferrari here. Yeah, it's that Ferrari's on hard, so his hards are not very good at all. Not compared to 8 lap younger soft tyres. Now he's got DRS on him. Alpha's nowhere to be seen. And actually Mazepin has made mincemeat of those 2. He's gaining them very quickly and in DRS points. So he's actually probably pulled some time there. Dross also in the pits. Coming out behind Viper, so that's crucial. The Alfa Romeo driver, he's kept ahead at least Drillos, so he doesn't have to worry about having to try and get way through him. But now he's got Alpha ahead of him. Mazepin gained quite a bit of time with those DRS overtakes, so Viper's got some time to gain. But he'll be behind Alpha in probably about a lap's time. We're getting that 3 seconds in, no problem at all. Having some drink just to keep me going for an extra 10 laps. Sergio continues to lead the way on a fresh set of softs. So Mazepin is 2 seconds behind after those overtakes. Katie and Viper needs to try and catch up a bit quicker here. He's only gained half a second in about just over half a lap here, and he needs to gain more time. That gap needs to be down to 1 second by the end of the next lap if he wants any chance of trying keeping this podium alive. But Mazepin has got a penalty, and so has Sentin. So watch out for Dross. So Dross is within DRS striking distance of Viper. I think Viper's made a mistake through the last corner. Hyber's got like his 10th penalty of this race, and there's a full safety for the virtual safety car. Who's that for? I don't see any stoppage cars on the track. Don't know what that's for, but it's just going to help people save any fuel if they need to. Cool their tyres down. Maybe a cheeky pit stop by somebody. Alpha's a bit too far behind. The McLaren looks like it's going in. It is. But no, oh, that's the reason why. Hybrid's got a penalty and then destroyed the front wing and got a virtual safety car from it. Oh, if you're going to destroy your front wing, at least destroy it and make it a virtual safety car so you don't lose as much time from it. That's one tactic there. Luckily these guys have 3 sets of fresh set of softs because, well, we had to reset the qualifying. Anyway, race goes on. It's green flags, and looks like Mazepin's gained a bit of time on Sergio through there. Saying that, it's just lost 3 tenths. 4 tenths. Sky Sentin, 2.8 seconds behind Mazepin. Alpha's still another 3.1 seconds. Viper's gained a bit of time here. Fortunate that safety car was out through the first sector, so he didn't gain as much time as he would have liked about that. Otherwise he would have gained a bit more, but he should gain mincemeat for this corner alone. There you go, he just gained about 4 tenths through that one corner. He will most likely have DRS when it comes to that hairpin, but he might not be close enough to that point. But he needs to keep it clean. He's got no penalties, but then again, Sarah's not Sergio. But if Viper can keep it driving, overtake his cars, gain some time on Mazepin, he's on for P2 here, I think. Mazepin's got his own penalty. That's probably his 2nd penalty, and that could be crucial, and that could give that P2 now to Viper. As I say that, and well, no chance there by Viper. Alpha, sorry. Viper just breezed past him like nothing was there. No, he's got Dross. Those hards are just depressing to use, especially when we've got people on fresh softs making mincemeat of you like in nothing. So much speed you can carry compared to that with Ferrari. Anyway, Sergio's actually pulled out a bit of a gap here to Mazepin. Guys Sentin's able to keep up with Mazepin. Viper's going to have to catch Mazepin by about 2.7 seconds here if he wants any chance of winning again at least 2nd place. I don't think he's going to get the victory here. He's a bit too far away, I think. He's a whole DRS straight ahead. As Sergio's got a bit of distractions ahead. He's got unlapped himself, lapped Pirillo and Sant. I think Santa's pedal just spun out. I don't get how you spin at turn 2. Especially corner and then hit the barriers somehow. He's just got himself front wing damage. Yep, and there you go. They're probably just trading front wings at this point. And he's going very slow. He's going to be distractions. Luckily, he's going to be ghosting here. But Dross actually crapped himself, and Alpha probably did as well. More yellow flags. More yellow flags. Just random yellow flags popping up now. This race is definitely not as exciting as the Tier 1, that's for sure. Tier 1 was a brilliant race. We had some action at the start of this race, but it's not quite delivered as much as I'm expecting, to be honest. I was hoping a bit more. But the problem is this Tier 3 grid is that it's quite diverse in terms of pace. So it's difficult to get a big fight to go on. You get like the odd couple of drivers here and there, but then you always have that group that are just kind of off, and then the rest of the people in the middle are kind of spread apart. And then you got those couple of quicker drivers towards the top. And Hyper's probably got his about 13th penalty. I'll be surprised if he's qualified in the next 10 laps, 5 laps or so. Sergio sets the fastest lap of the race. He's just getting to the rhythms of this circuit. Despite being on 4 lap old softs, he's still managed to bang in the fastest lap. Bit of extra ERS to use, and just a bit more confidence. The fuel will drop, but the soft tyres would naturally should slow down more than the fuel should gain your time. So I think next bit of ERS, Alpha's picked up another penalty. If I can get ahead of Sentin, I think he'd be a bit glad that he's done it. Jonas continues to try and stay with Viper, but I think he's lost a bit of time to him. He's not quite got the pace as Viper. As Ronnie gets another penalty, and not penalties here. Matador, no penalties for him. He is that one driver who is not the quickest driver in the world, but he is super clean when it comes to his penalties. He doesn't push anything to the limit. He just keeps it at his pace, stays where he's comfortable, and just what I know somebody says at work, he just keeps plodding on. Regardless of how quick you are, you just keep going, do your own thing, and just keep doing what you're doing, and that's what he's doing. I've got Papa Devils, well, I was going to say behind a Ferrari, but more like getting lapped by a Ferrari. Is that Matador he's just been lapped by? No, that's Alpha. But he's not far. Matador's not actually that far away from lapping him. Imagine getting lapped by Matador. Never thought I'd say that. I mean, I never thought Matador would be in a position to lap people. I've seen quite a few times Matador being the one being lapped. And there's yellow flags, and that's an AlphaTauri. Is that Viper? No, it's not. It's somebody else. That's Papa Devils, I believe. That's a bit of a mistake. And he's got damage. He's got in the right hand side of his front wings damage, and he's destroyed his 15th front wing. Well, more or less, more of a guesstimation. Mazepin not able to keep up with Sergio here, regardless of penalties. Hasn't got the pace to keep up with him. Viper not really got the pace either, but his tyres are a little bit older. He's 6 laps compared to Mazepin's 5, compared to the Sergio's 4. Actually, add a lap on. Maybe that Sergio's 5, Mazepin's 6, Viper's 7th, because they never actually count an extra lap. And Drillos here is actually key. He's actually caught up to Viper here. He's got 2 laps of fresh tyres, and he's going to make this move now. But he's got no ERS here, so Viper is going to have DRS here on the back of the grid, but Drillos has not got an ERS left. On Viper, he's not making a move here. He's not using his ERS, but does he need to? And he's turned his ERS off. He's turned his DRS off. All he's doing is going to stay behind Drillos here. I don't know, that won't work because Drillos hasn't got a penalty, so I'm not sure what Katie Viper's trying to play with here. He's trying to play water with water, I think that's what he's doing. That's what he's doing right now. Yeah, it's not playing fire with fire, more playing water with water. It's wet either way, and what he's doing is, well, you're going to finish behind him either way in this situation. Yeah, it's 1.4 seconds down. I'm not sure what his idea was. He should have re-overtook him and tried to defend the position, force him into a penalty. That's what a normal person would do. I'm not sure why he let him go, to be honest. Really questioning what Viper was doing. That's really wrong. Mazepin's actually caught up a bit here to Sergio. Sergio must have done a mistake somewhere. Looks clean. Sky Sentence still holding nicely in P3. Grass looks like it's going to be within a shout of getting him. Maybe on the last lap. Down to 1.9 seconds, but he's got near S left. But then again, so isn't Sentin. Sentin hasn't got anything to do. They're very similar driving styles in terms of ERS management. Just drain it down to below 10% and just keep it there. That gap's stabilised around 1.1 seconds between Mazepin and Sergio, but Mazepin's got an extra penalty here to worry about, but it looks like he might still keep second place here. Viper has picked himself a penalty, so he's not going to gain anything in terms of penalties now. Ross is keeping it nice and clean. He's got some decent pace with him. He's definitely going to get Sky Tent in here. Mazepin, depending on how many penalties he has and how much time Josh catches up on him, is another question. Josh had a very good first corner, but that second part of that chicane, he was nowhere near as good as Sky Sentient, despite being those softer tyres. But both tyres are probably in very similar stages in terms of their tyre life. These mediums are probably about just over halfway through their life, and those hard softs are probably just a little bit halfway through their life. So both tyres are very similar stages in terms of wear. I wish I had a little tyre thing that comes up every now and again. I need that right now. Drillos trying to catch up to the back of Sky Sentient. So I mean, both their tyres are very similar stages of the race now, and Drillos is just unable to make any gains on Sentient here. Stabilising around. I think again, he's gained a lot more time through here. He's a bit more comfortable through here. Seems to have a bit more confidence. Maybe the soft tyres still just giving it extra bit grip. He's gained a couple of tenths through there. He's more committed first corner. Drillos keeping it around there, but he's had a poor exit. Sky Sentient's definitely better. They both have their own advantages at different parts of the circuit. One person has better there, one person has better corner there. Talk about it, have better. Sentient a bit of a poor chicane after a very good hairpin. The only real battle we have on track, to be honest. Got Young, who's catching up on Matador. He's got four laps younger, medium tyres, just helping him get a bit more extra grip compared to Matador. But I think Young is a slightly faster driver anyway, and with the combined, there's fresher tyres, but Matador does not have a penalty. And this is the last lap of the race. Oh, this is the lap of the race. Sorry, I was looking at Sentient and Drillos, and I'm thinking this is the last lap of the race. But actually, hold on, there's a yellow flag, and Ronnie's just he spun it in the middle of a straight. Welcome to Tier 3, everyone. Anyway, let's get back on Drillos. He's just gaining inch by inch, but he's nothing extraordinary. He's not making any strides on Sentient here. He doesn't really need to. He's got the penalties. Sorry, well, he hasn't got the penalties to do it. He hasn't got the penalties, but he has the penalties. If that makes any sense. He's not got any penalties, but in terms of penalties, he's got it. It's just the way he wrote it. But you know what I mean. So Drillos might get this last third place here for Mazepin, despite having like 2 or 3 penalties. It should be more than safe from Drillos. Sky Sentient's just got another penalty. That's just going to put salt in the wounds there. And he might even be. Viper might be in a chance of getting P4 here if he stays with him enough. Gap's about 1 point, is about 2.6. Talk about that. Sergio is going to come to win the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. Take the first victory of his first victory of the season. I believe maybe his first victory of STB. Second place will be Mazepin, but Sky Sentient is coming in his last corner. He's going to lose P3. He's going to drop down to at least P4. Viper's within 1 second of him. He needs to gain some time. It doesn't look like he's going to do it though. Drillos will cross the line P3. Let's see what Viper says. No, yeah, Viper had another penalty. And that gap's 3.4, so yeah, no chance for him. Alpha will finish a steady P6. Matador 15 seconds behind. He's just got everything about Young. I did say that gap was closing. I did say he was getting closer. Young made that move, but no, Matador's got the penalties. And he also has DRS as well. But he's got the penalties anyway, so Matador will keep that P7. There you go. That's what no penalties does to you. Ronnie, after having that very superstitious spin with 80% left in his bank, cross the line P9. P10 would be hybrid with about 15 million seconds of penalties. And Andres, who's already finished the race, being lapped. Pirlo, we've got 4 people being lapped this race. Probably the most I've seen in quite a while in the league race. So yeah, that is your tier 3 race finishers. A bit of the race is a bit slow towards the end. It kind of separates very quickly. Lots of different types of tyres, very separating it apart, and just a mix of driver paces also doesn't help. And a few mistakes, a few collisions also reduces the numbers down to the amount of people are fighting. Still waiting for Papadevils here, who's got no front wing. Coming around the last corner, he doesn't have to worry about getting the pits. Just dump that pack, Papadevils, and get across that line. I've got to give my driver day to. I think it just has to go to the Williams driver of. My goldfish memory one day is going to put me in a bad situation here. I can't. My memory is that bad that I can't remember. Sergio, yeah, Sergio. There you go. It pops back into head. I knew remember at some point. Sergio wins the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. He'll be, I think, sure happy with that result in the end. Got a little bit easy in the end with Viper's mistake getting damage and Maldi's retirement, superstitious retirement, should I say. Mazepin will get P2 in the end there. Maybe not. I don't think it was the best of races for Mazepin, to be honest. Drillos will get a relatively clean P3 in the end. Didn't quite the pace of the other drivers, but definitely kept it clean. It's definitely helped him there to grab that podium. Centre will be P4, Viper will be P5, Alpha P6, Matador P7. Great result for him in terms of positioning. Young P8, the running P9 despite after that spin in the middle of a straight. Hybrid P10 after, how many penalties did he have in the end? 15? Andres P11 outside the points there, that down. Sands P12, Pirlo P13, Papadels P14, and your DNS are Torpedo. Chris, I think, had a very similar situation that Maldi had. Maldi and Giros Reis didn't even see him the whole any part of the race. Andrada started the back with the qualifying ban and then, well, died. And that is your race results. We will not have any podium interviews as none of these have. No one here speaks English. Mazepin doesn't really speak much English anyway. Neither the other two don't at all. So we will close it there. But please come back to us next time for China for next week for all 3 tiers as per usual. So you'll be back with me and Maldi in the combox for tier 1. So please come back for that for our only Chinese Grand Prix on F1 2021 for the return. So thought it'd be a nice little different thing to have. You know what I mean? So we'll be back for the Chinese Grand Prix next week. See you and goodbye.